Welcome to Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And good morning, Keys. It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys, 7/22. That is the date. It is the 22nd of July. 8:08 is your time. Another warm day on the way. No major incidents as far as rain goes. Tropical storm Bertha. It's about 100 miles, I believe, southwest of Panama City. Could have some impacts on the Gulf Coast there, but it's still not expected to be a hurricane, but could cause about 3-foot surges, as we've heard from our newsroom. Keep you up to date on any impacts that may have, especially for those who have family and friends in the Panhandle and up towards New Orleans. We're going to say good morning to Dr. Cindy Lewis. She is the director of Keys Marine Laboratory. Good morning to you, Dr. Lewis.
Good morning, Mike. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here. So luckily, we have not been impacted by tropical storms or by the hurricane season thus far. Keep our fingers crossed. So that could change at any time, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely keep our fingers crossed and keep those who are in Bertha's way in our thoughts and prayers. We had some people out on the water, though, unimpeded by tropical storms. We had a pretty sizable group from as far as coastal engineering goes, from Florida Technical College Institute. I'm not sure which, but you can help me with that.
Florida Institute of Technology, or Florida Tech for short.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
So Dr. Stephen Wood, he's a professor there at Florida Tech, and he brought his upper level students. These are juniors going into their senior year, studying coastal engineering. And this is the first time Dr. Wood has brought a group to KML, although he usually goes out of our St. facility and uses our bigger vessels to go on the ocean in the Gulf of Mexico. So this time he came down to KML. They spent 4 days on the water, 22 students plus graduate assistants to help them through this. And these kids just had a ball. They were snorkeling. Some of them were scientific divers, so they had the opportunity to dive. And then they spent every afternoon and evening with all of the technology that goes into ocean engineering. So they had autonomous vehicles, and they had side scan sonars and magnetometers and equipment that I don't even know what it was.
Yeah.
That we were going around basically to characterize. The students were actually learning how to use the equipment to characterize the bottom of the ocean. As you might for, say, putting in a new dock or a new seawall or mooring fields for here in the Keys, anything that you need to characterize the bottom and see what's there. So they just had a ball, and the challenges of taking computers and all of the sensitive equipment out on the water in a salt environment, and oops, this isn't working, and this cable isn't working, and how do we swap this out? So they did a lot of problem solving for the week, but they had a good time.
Well, very good. Again, Dr. Cindy Lewis, Keys Marine Laboratory, which is a full-service Marines field station situated in the heart of the Florida Keys, right there near Layton, with a unique opportunity for college-level education and researchers studying the only tropical marine ecosystems in the continental United States. And there's a perfect example of that. So at Florida Tech, is this part of a curriculum, or is it something that is optional for students to take advantage of?
And it's part of a curriculum, and they can get a degree in coastal engineering and various specialties there at Florida Tech, and then go on and master's and PhD as well. So this is a career path that a lot of these students have chosen.
And is Florida Tech part of the state university system of Florida and the 34 universities, institutions, and state agencies that take part in Keys Marine Lab, or is it are they participating without being part of the consortium?
Florida Tech is part of the consortium, although it's not a state university, but it is a university here in Florida, obviously up in the Melbourne area.
Yeah.
And so they are part of our consortium of 34 members around the state.
Well, again, providing all of these opportunities for education and outreach and understanding. It's Keys Marine Laboratory, speaking with Dr. Cindy Lewis on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. Dr. Lewis, we touched on Tropical Storm Bertha, not going to be necessarily impactful on us here, but the heat continues to have an impact on our ecosystem. We're at 87 degrees now. We're going to be on our way to about 89, 90 degrees plus, and we've had sustained heat for a while. That has led to bleaching. And you had mentioned earlier we have a bleaching alert level 2 currently. Can you please explain what that means?
Yeah, so it may be hot above the water, but it's also hot below the water, and our reefs are warming up. We've heard reports of anywhere from 88 to 90 degrees out on the reef in 20, 30, 40 feet of water. So it's warm out there. And those temperatures are very stressful for the corals and other animals out on the reef. And so at this time of year, we've just got elevated to an alert level 2, which means that they've had significant thermal stress for a period of time, and we're expecting reef-wide bleaching. So everybody is watching for it, and certainly some of the more heat-sensitive corals at this level of thermal stress, we could start to see mortality, but we're definitely seeing bleaching. It's been reported for the last several weeks.
Yeah. And individuals can report that bleaching and the bleaching that they observe as well. I know they can report that to the National Marine Sanctuary and other entities. Moat Marine has been taking part in those efforts, concerted efforts to try to keep an eye on the bleaching, to report it. And then is there anything that can be done to kind of mitigate the effects? I believe some have talked about moving some coral from some of the waters to others, et cetera.
Yeah, a lot of our restoration partners that utilize KML, we're kind of the hub in the Middle Keys for a lot of this restoration work where they can bring corals in. And everybody's been planning. We've been working closely with NOAA and the Sanctuary Mission Iconic Reefs to figure out what everybody's strategy is for the coming summer. We know it's going to happen, and what are we going to do? We learned a lot after our 2023 bleaching event that was so severe and just a massive crisis on the reef. So everybody's been preparing. They're designating corals that a certain subset of them may go to a slightly deeper nursery. So they'll move the nursery trees to maybe 50 feet of water where the water might be just a degree or two cooler. They might catch some little upwellings to cool the coral off for a couple months. Another strategy is to identify those really critical corals and perhaps bring them into land-based nurseries like we have at Keys Marine Lab. So they've already started doing that. A couple of weeks ago, they started bringing some of the more sensitive corals in, and we're expecting in the next few weeks that they may continue to bring more of those corals in. We have the temperature-controlled seawater systems to be able to accommodate them.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Mike.
No, go. Please continue. Sorry. Yep.
The DEP, the Department of Environmental Protection, gave us funding to help support these seawater tables at KML so that our restoration partners can use them for free because they're already funded. So it's just bring the corals in and we'll get them set up, we'll get them taken care of. So that it was specifically for coral restoration, but also an emergency crisis like this. For corals to be evacuated.
Yeah. Well, the unusually strong El Nino this year is driving the water temperatures hotter than really we'd like them to be. So again, it is Keys Marine Laboratory who is helping with those mitigation efforts, as well as the research as to understanding what those bleaching events can do, how they can come about, and how we can possibly mitigate against them in the future as we continue to learn more about our ecosystem. It is Dr. Cindy Lewis with us, Director of Keys Marine Laboratory. Speaking of restoration, we continue to have restoration of the facilities happening at Keys Marine Laboratory as well.
Well, it is on our wish list. Keys Marine Lab has been there for 35 years, and the buildings that we're currently in, a couple of them are as much as 75 years old. So they've had their time. They need to be replaced. We need to elevate the facility so we can continue to serve the education, research, and restoration community, not just for Florida, but all over the country and even the world. And but we do have plans for new buildings, and we're beginning to look for funding for that. Community support, private donations, as well as state and federal funding for that.
Very well. Okay. Well, it is Dr. Cindy Lewis, Director, Keys Marine Laboratory on Good Morning Keys. And Dr. Lewis, I know you've got a busy day to get to. Anything else we should mention at this particular time?
Yeah, that's about it, Mike. Thank you so much for talking with me this morning, and always happy to talk about KML. And we got to get you to KML and give you a tour.
I want to do that, and I will definitely do that. Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you for being here this morning, Dr. Lewis. We appreciate all that you do for our community and for our ecosystem overall. We will talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Take care. Dr. Cindy Lewis, Director, Keys Marine Laboratory on Good Morning Keys. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. And as mentioned, it's going to be another warm one, 90 degrees, no mention of rain. However, tonight, 10% chance of rain and 83 for your low, 90 for Thursday's high, 40% chance of rain, however, on Friday with a chance of showers and thunderstorms mixed in, 20% chance of showers on Saturday, and 90 for both days. Sunny on Sunday, 90 as well. This is Keys Talk, 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. We return in a moment.
Let's talk trash. I'm Taylor Conrath, and my family's been taking care of your family's trash for years. In fact, we've operated Marathon Garbage Service and kept the Middle Keys clean since my great-grandpa, John Conrath, founded the company in 1950. That's a lot of years talking trash and hauling trash. And these days, we take care of your family's recyclables in addition to commercial and residential waste removal. The Conrath family and our entire team of great employees takes pride in keeping our community clean, from the north end of the 7 Mile Bridge to Craig Key. Now it's my generation of Conraths working together with my grandfather and my dad to continue the tradition and commitment started in 1950 at Marathon Garbage Service. The Conrath family is always there for your family. If you need to talk trash, just call us at 305-743-5165. That's 305-743-5165. Or visit us at 4290 Overseas Highway in Marathon and online at marathongarbageservice.com.
Step back in time. Step back into Old Town. Step into Old Town Bakery with fresh baked treats like pastries, cookies, brownies, and fresh breads made every morning. Enjoy hot and cold delicious ground coffee always brewing and handcrafted breakfast and lunch sandwiches made to order on oven fresh breads. And now Old Town Bakery features spinach mushroom feta quiche and ham and cheese quiche, delectable for breakfast or lunch by the slice. Get a whole quiche pie by ordering in-store with 24 hours advance notice. And enjoy new cream-filled croissants with chocolate or vanilla filling and award-winning fresh baked pies, including their key lime pie, voted the best in the Keys. Pick up their unique Old Town Bakery t-shirts for a friend or yourself and give the gift of deliciousness with a gift card available for purchase in-store. And their catering menu is available to make that next event memorable. Old Town Bakery on the corner of Eaton and Grinnell. Stop in or order online. OldTownBakeryKeyWest.com. Get ready to laugh out loud with the Greenhouse Giggles. Brought to you by the Greenhouse Dispensaries of Florida. Monday through Friday, it's a hand-picked lineup of timeless TV comedy that guarantees smiles, chuckles, and full-on giggles. Each episode features legendary performers like Red Skelton, Bob Hope, The Three Stooges, Betty White, George Burns, Milton Berle, Dick Van Dyke, and so many more. So catch the giggles, the Greenhouse Giggles, weekdays 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Sponsored by the Greenhouse, here on Keys Living TV.
If it's happening in the Keys, you will hear about it here. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Good morning, Keys. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys, 22nd of July already. And we are going to say good morning to Brian Borosso. He's the city manager for the city of Key West. Good morning to you, Brian.
Good morning, Michael, and thank you again for the opportunity to be here.
Yes, sir. Thanks so much for sharing your time with us and our listeners as well up and down the Keys. So I keep mentioning it's the 22nd of July. It's hard to believe that we're already past the midway point of the year. We're looking at, we're now into, is it what, third quarter already, which means we have to get a budget together. And the city commission did reach consensus on day one of the budget workshop recently. I know a lot of, not to put words in anybody's mouth, but a lot of work went into getting prepared for, streamlining the process, doing all the background work, et cetera, to make that city commission meeting go as smoothly as possible. So I want to commend you and your team for doing all the legwork. And then it went before the commission and consensus was reached in relatively short order.
It was, Michael, and thank you again for the opportunity to one. I'd be remiss if I didn't pause and echo that. Yes, It was a great deal of effort and energy into this. It was directed. We were asked and tasked in the beginning to please look to deliver what we delivered. So the budget that we provided, which is rollback, it's 1.8848. That's our 26-27 fiscal proposed budget. Now, please, for those that are listening at home, it's not the final. We will have 2 more sessions in September before we land on a final millage. But this budget that we presented reflects months of work by our team and represents a new direction for the city. So sometimes you may hear out there, this feels different. It is. It represents a new direction. And for the first time in more than 15 years, we're presenting a zero minus budget for approval. So that's what we did. We presented a zero minus budget with some great leadership from experienced commissioners. What they decided to do was set the ceiling, which means it can't go higher than rollback. So they actually altered it and adjusted it to rollback to give us a little bit more room. So what we should be feeling now is that it could only go down. So really happy about what our team has put together. When we presented that zero minus budget, it really focuses on the responsible spending and organizational effectiveness and our long-term financial sustainability. But right now, with strong finances, we build a stronger Key West. So our goal is to continue to go deeper. That's what was asked of us on Monday, to establish the ceiling of rollback. But we've gotten our marching orders, which is please continue to go deeper and look at reducing redundancies, removing layers of leadership without impacting service to this community. But we are going to take that edict and bring back a better product for our meetings in September. But thank you again for the recognition, and thank you for the patience out there from our community as we continue to become better and bring better forward.
Brian Borosso, he's city manager, City of Key West. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. So a couple of terms there. Zero minus budget, then. I assume that is what it sounds like.
Well, that's what was presented. So we presented rollback minus 1%, and we articulated the avenues in which we attain that. What was voted on, and really not voted on, but what was provided to us was please start at rollback, which gave us a little bit more breathing room, but with the direction to continue to sharpen our pencils, candidly, and look at additional reductions. Part of that dovetails into our approach for the Doge. We were asked to do a 10% reduction exercise. So all of this aligns with some of the recommendations of the grand jury, some of the suggestions from our existing commission, and candidly are just best practices. Right now, we are truly looking at every opportunity to provide the services needed in this community, but also look at where we can become better internally and externally. And that's our approach. And we are excited about an opportunity again to bring a lower product to this commission for the first official budget meeting in September, and then it will be followed by the final approval meeting in September. So got some work to do, Michael, but our team is up for that challenge and know that we're going to do everything we can to continue to bring better forward.
All right. Well, thank you for providing some clarity there. We'll continue to follow that along as the budget process moves forward. And we also have another opportunity for examination and for participation as well. City of Key West inviting residents, business owners, community organizations, and stakeholders to participate in an upcoming public engagement meeting for the Key West Forward Faster Fund Finish. strategic plan 2026 to 2030. That will be a meeting to be held Wednesday, July 29th, next Wednesday, 2 to 4, City Commission chambers. So you had talked about a little bit of a new direction maybe as far as the budget goes. Well, this is also an opportunity for citizens to take part in the planning of new directions for the city with this collaborative meeting coming up Wednesday.
Absolutely, Michael. We believe planning together today creates a stronger community for tomorrow. And in line with that, obviously the budget is extremely important because it gives us the how. How are we going to support and fund? But right now, what we really would like to do is continue to stack hands with both our leadership. So this strategic plan came out of a leadership summit with the commission. We were able to identify our 4 strategic priorities or paths forward. Now it's looping in and baking in the KPIs with those particular initiatives. So what we decided in this strategic plan was to tie our KPIs. How will we know that we're achieving these initiatives, these 4 pillars of initiatives for our strategic plan? Well, it would be in the completion of projects. We felt like that was the better approach because this is now, even the layman can look at it and say, okay, well, I can understand that they're achieving these priorities by completing these particular projects. But now what we want to ensure is, are we hearing from everyone to determine if these are the projects that would like to be brought forward? So this is a second opportunity for individuals in the community to come together and provide us some feed forward with what we believe. One, they can learn about the strategic priorities. They can review our progress on key initiatives. And then really they help shape the future of Key West through the public feedback. So we are strongly encouraging individuals to attend Wednesday, the 29th from 2 to 4 here at the commission chambers. And, your voice matters, or their voice matters. And we continue this planning for investing in infrastructure, housing, environmental protection, transportation, and long-term financial stability. That is what we are centered on. So obviously these are parallel paths. We need to understand what our budget is and where we're going to have some cost savings. And then we need to understand how we continue to align with our path forward over the next 4 years together in collaboration and communication with our community. So please, thank you for the opportunity to say that again. And we are inviting everyone there, and we will have some information out to digest, but really come curious, come passionate, come with an open mind, but come with the ability to provide some added value on what we are trying to accomplish from our capital improvement projects moving forward.
Yeah, there was a lot of focus on projects in the State of the City presentation that the mayor was giving over the past few months as well. So that those benchmarks were rolled out, and we'll continue to hear more about them. But again, this collaborative opportunity for the citizens of Key West, residents, business owners, community organizations will occur at City Commission chambers next Wednesday, 2 to 4 p.m. And other collaborative initiatives continue as well. Meet with the mayor on Mondays, and we're still doing, is it Coffee with CM? Is that right?
It is. It's Coffee with CM every other Tuesday. We have the ability, if individuals would like access to the city manager. Sorry for speaking in third person, but that's the moniker. It would be an avenue in which they can connect with Martha Arancibia here at the City Hall, and she would program and provide an opportunity. Some of what we inherited from previous administration was there was a limited or albeit a perception or reality, there was a limited access to the city manager, and mayor. What I would say is what the mayor does is what the mayor does, but I strongly encourage individuals that would like an opportunity to sit down and understand further how, why, and when. It's a great opportunity to sit down and have coffee and provide the opportunity to answer that. I'm very intentful on our ability to battle false narratives and mischaracterizations and misinformation, and especially in the political environment that we are operating in right now. I believe the best avenue to do that is to source your source and become make an informed decision based on your information and the manner in which you attain that information. Well, then we're providing you an opportunity to do that. So come ask the questions you would like. I believe that we would provide you the necessary information to make a better and informed decision, which is extremely important. This election coming up is going to shape the future of Key West for some time. It's a very, not that other elections are not, but this one particular is going to be extremely important, and it should be done from a fact-based approach. And I believe that the best way to do that is to gather your own facts and then make your own interpretation of what's best for Key West. I think that you will find that we have a great deal of empirical data to show that we are moving in the right direction.
And that's why we constantly try to go right to the sources and provide this platform for people like you. Social media, boy, it can be entertaining, but as a source of actual facts and news, any individual, whether they're responsible or irresponsible, has a platform there. And be careful of those sources as well.
Be careful of the keyboard warriors. But again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just cautious about in the manner in which they form that opinion.
Yep. Very well. Again, it is Brian Borosso. He's the city manager, City of Key West. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. And admittedly, I was struggling to remember coffee with the CM. Catchy phrase, but in my sleep-deprived state as of late, I was thinking it was munchies with the manager, but that's maybe not exactly it.
No. Muffins with the manager?
Muffins with the manager. There you go. Maybe we'll do that one too. Why not? A second opportunity.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
Brian, we see occasionally we see signs along highways elsewhere, adopt a highway, that kind of thing. Well, this is Key West, and the city's city utilities department has started the adopted drain program, and drains are very important for our ecosystem. And this is a community volunteer program aimed at protecting local waterways from pollution. So, how does this work?
Well, first, thank you. Secondly, it works by, I would say, individuals leaning in. We understand and recognize the great deal of interruption that happens at times, feels in a rain or whether it's a king tide or what have you. There's a great many ways in which our environment impacts our day-to-day life. And what we believe is one of the key components of allowing that stormwater to dissipate and get back to normal. It's how well we are doing with our drainage. So what the city utility department did, and it's individuals within the city department, as you said, came up and we presented this at our last commission meeting, but they've established and launched a new adopted drain program, and it's really given residents an easy way to help protect our waterways. We have, it's a scanned barcode or QR code, and it allows very simple data entry, and it allows you to take responsibility of a particular drain in conjunction with our team. So it's not like, oh my God, now it's yours. It's in conjunction. But what we truly believe by keeping the neighborhood storm drains free, like of leaves and debris, it increases volunteerism that helps reduce localized flooding. So really believe that it's a simple program that delivers meaningful results through the community partnership. So that's something that we want to lean into. And please, if you need more information, call Matt in our utilities department. We'll provide you the information. It's on our website. You could go back and view our last commission meeting, which gave you a step-by-step instruction on how to do that. But just small actions by many people create lasting environmental stewardship. So again, aligned with one of our strategic plans, but together we feel like we can be better in this space. But we're asking our community to help us, mostly with awareness. Hey, this particular drain, we've done everything because there's some safety and soundness, because they are drains. But it allows us to become and be more aware of where there's an additional level of effort and energy needed to clear a drain or reline a drain. But we just think that it's a great opportunity to partner with our community. And I'm very happy that our team brought that forward. And we want to continue to foster that.
Yes, indeed. Again, it is Brian Borosso. He's city manager, City of Key West, on Good Morning Keys. And somewhat in that vein, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's Resilient Florida program. I know that the administration at City Hall has sought out and pursued a number of other funding grants and the like. And the city of Key West has been awarded $4 million from Florida DEP for the Resilient Florida program. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, Michael. What we've tried to do is provide a level of context. What we've done is we've gone back 10 years or more, and just to try to determine when was the last time the city has received this level of grants. And I truly believe it's a combination, but I truly believe that the efforts that we've done last year to rebuild our reputation in Tallahassee and in DC, being in the right rooms, talking to the right individuals at the right times and asking the right questions have allowed us to receive what we believe has been a record-setting award. So this came actually while we were presenting, or I was presenting an after-action report on our success from our state level appropriations, which we received. All of our appropriations were funded. So what we did was we then got notification during that meeting that the city was also awarded this $4 million Resiliency Florida grant from FDEP. So extremely excited because we already have a program planned, shovel ready. It's to help reduce flooding in our Newtown area while strengthening our community's resilience. So again, aligned with our strategic plan, this particular project is our Harris Avenue and 10th Street project. So if you're looking for information, that's the earmarked project. We are extremely excited that how this particular investment reflects our commitment to protecting neighborhoods through proactive infrastructure improvements. So you'll hear this often, especially if you attend the meeting upcoming on the 29th. We are focusing right now heavily on our infrastructure improvements, but building a resilient city today, that protects Key West for generations to come is truly paramount. And we're excited that we continue to be recognized as individuals that those with the funding find our projects to be significant, important, and ready to go. And they also find our approach to be one that they continue to like to partner with. So we're very excited. Back again to the edict or the call as you make your decisions about who you would like to continue to lead Key West. Just understand that we've had a record-setting level of grant activity this year, and that's not by accident.
Mm-hmm. Well, another one then was T-Mobile. Didn't they not present a $50,000 check as part of the hometown grants program?
I feel like I got to pop confetti when you keep talking about these things, but yes, another opportunity for our particular leadership to recognize the great initiatives coming from our team. So this particular one was a $50,000 T-Mobile hometown grant, and it's to install 4 hurricane rated artistically designed bus shelters at high-use transit stops in Old Town. So there could be some narrative out there about, man, city is reducing transportation and our ability for our locals and visitors alike to get around. We're actually not. We're pouring in and to become more efficient, effective, create a fixed route. But this is along lines of, man, we can bring in the flavor of Key West, artistic. So we're leaning into our AIP program and then going to foster that. But we've identified these particular locations and extremely excited that we're able to use this. This is not at the cost to citizens. We're going to be using this to create these bus shelters that we're extremely excited about.
It is Brian Borosso. He is city manager, City of Key West. And thank you to Rogelio Hernandez, Director of Transportation for the city, for continuing to work on transportation initiatives. And thanks to T-Mobile for helping make some of those initiatives possible. So, Brian, when we talked about Adopt a Drain with the Utilities Department a little while ago, we were not thinking of turtle hatchlings adopting drains. Unfortunately, they did just that, and the Utility Department came to the rescue of those innocent hatchlings who are now in the care of, it looks like, the Turtle Hospital in Marathon. But that happened, and then the Save the Turtle rescue crew was on scene as well near Smathers Beach. And we remind people that it is nesting season. Those turtle hatchlings can be disoriented very easily. But thank you to the Utilities Department and Save a Turtle Rescue for making that possible.
I tell you, I want to thank not that it's only exclusive to the citizen, but they did a great job of just touting some of the amazing work that continues to happen by the the great men and women here at City. But I would tell you that our utility department, they recently partnered with Save a Turtle to rescue 6 disoriented sea turtle hatchlings discovered at Smathers Beach. We understand, obviously, the sargassum is continuing to impact everyone, but we understand how significant it is to work on mitigating that particular impact, but also recognizing that it is nesting season. So we just please, some of the things that we want to echo is, the lighting. That artificial lighting can disorient hatchlings. So we're seeing this happen. So we're heightened and aware and intentful about continuing to do this. But just great admiration and appreciation for the men and women that work here at the city, in particular the ones that were able to rescue these turtle hatchlings. So just please, protecting our natural environment is a shared responsibility. And one of the many reasons Key West remains such a special place. We call this home. We've talked about it, whether you a saltwater conch, a tap water conch, brackish conch. When you're here, you're a conch, and we take that extremely seriously. And we just understand that protecting our environment protects our future. So we just thank everyone involved, including those that work at Save a Turtle. And just know that we are intentful about mitigating any impact that we can, while continuing to provide the services needed.
Indeed. Well, again, Brian Borosso, he's city manager, City of Key West. And I know that you typically do give commendations and thanks to the entire team at City Hall and throughout the city who work so very hard. And some of those people have dedicated many years of their lives to serving the city. We'll be recognizing very soon 13 members of the team at the city for their landmark years of service. 2 of them for 20 years of service, 2 of them being recognized for serving the city for 25 years. And then one in particular, who I think you know fairly well, Division Chief Gregory Borosso, 30 years of service to the city.
I'll tell you, Michael, a few things. So in previous opportunities, what we would do is we would have these individuals graciously attend our commission meeting. And what we found is that, you gotta be very intentful about asking individuals how they'd like to be recognized. Some leaned into that opportunity, and some felt like, man, I really don't want to be recognized in that manner. So through our great employee committee, what we determined was that, man, why don't we carve that out and give these individuals an opportunity to come and be recognized in a set piece. So quarterly, we'll be doing this moving forward. And yes, we have 13, and we've landed on milestones. Again, we continue to recognize teammates through regular recognition avenues, but this particular one is focused on milestone years, and we are tomorrow going to be recognizing them. And yes, my big brother, 30 years. I could not be prouder to say that. In addition to all those that hit, when you have individuals with these tenured opportunities that have been in the service of others, including both my brothers, it's an example about how important it is that we serve this community. We truly love this community. And this is indicative when you hit 20, 25, 30 years, 15, candidly, 10. These are milestones that we want to make sure that we carve out a specific opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you have done. And thank you all the things that you will continue to do in the service of others. And we want to take a moment to recognize that.
Yes.
Their professionalism.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yep, go ahead.
No, I just said, their commitment, professionalism, service to our residents. We don't know how else to do it other than, give them some juice and cookies, man. That tells it. That ice cream and sprinkles. That's love, Michael. That's love.
Munchies with the mayor. Absolutely.
Munchies, yeah. There you go.
Well, but yes, certainly not to take anything away from their years of service, and special thanks to your brother, Division Chief of the Key West Fire Department, for service to the city and service as a first responder. Most admirable as well. Speaking of that, also, we recently renamed Fire Station number 3 as, in honor of late Chief Edwin Eddie Castro. as well. So that renaming of Fire Station number 3 was recently completed in his honor for his service as well.
It was, Michael.
Yes, sir. So we've covered a lot of ground here this morning. Brian, I know you probably have a number of meetings to get ready for, but is there anything else we should mention at this time, sir?
Well, one, just again, Michael, appreciate the opportunity, appreciate the medium.
Yes.
You probably give a lot of opportunity to others, and you thank them for being on the show. But truly, it's indicative of how you care about this community. So thank you for this opportunity and future opportunities. I would say that what I'd like to just double click on is just our strategic plan is more than just a document. Okay, it's a commitment to our community. So I'm strongly encouraging that communication and that advocation for the upcoming meeting. Please come and give us leadership, give us communication, give us clarity, because every project, every partnership, and every investment moves us closer to a stronger, more resilient, and more financially sustainable Key West. So again, thank you for the opportunity to say thank you to our teammates. I would tell you that at times they seem to get a great deal of criticism, but if you pause and see the things that I see over 550 dedicated men and women here doing amazing things in the service of others. So thank you. And then I want to just say thank you to our community. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you for your approach. Please give us an opportunity for awareness and identification of what better looks and feels like. And you have our commitment that we'll continue to do that. We'll bring better forward.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian, for your service as well. And also thank you to Allison Green with her pending retirement looming, many years of service to our community, and she will be missed. So
she will be missed, Michael. Yes. Thank you for what an amazing what an amazing exclamation point on today's conversation. I would be remiss if I didn't just pause and say thank you to Allison, her professionalism, her dedication to this community, her unwavering desire to continue to provide awareness, communication, recognition. Yes, it's going to be a huge void, but we wish Allison nothing but success in her future endeavors. And she found her way out of the salt mines, Michael. So she's given us a path forward. You don't want to be the canary in the cage. So, but thank you to Allison for all she's done, and we wish her nothing but the best.
Agreed. Yes, I second that. Brian, you have a terrific day. We will see you very soon. Thanks for your kind words as well. And we'll see you, I'm sure, very soon. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Brian Borosso, he is City Manager, City of Key West. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. We return in a moment.
Are you frustrated by weight gain even though you constantly diet? Do you have low energy or always feel tired? It could be hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalances, especially as we age, can be the cause of depression, weight gain, mood swings, decreased libido, and many other chronic conditions. At Keys Med Spa, we have helped thousands of women and men regain their hormonal balance with BioT, bioidentical hormone optimization therapy, and the results are life-changing. Keys Med Spa BioT hormone therapy is safe, effective, painless, and affordable. And the big difference at Keys Med Spa, this is all overseen by renowned Dr. Peterson, who has had a medical practice in the Keys for over 27 years. Cool sculpting, Botox, skin treatments, BioT hormone therapy, and more. Dr. Peterson and his team are here to help you maintain your youthful glow and vitality. To see if BioT hormone therapy is right for you, call Keys Med Spa today at 305-587-9183.
If you're on vacation to relax and have fun, we have an app for that. The Greenhouse carries products that can help you reconnect with your inner child, dance with confidence, reduce stress, and we have others that'll help you relax with a good night's sleep.
Whether you're a cannabis connoisseur or just canna-curious, our team of highly trained bud tenders are here to help you reach all your vacation goals.
Just dance your way into one of our many locations and share your goals with one of our highly trained bud tenders. All product recommendations come with a money-back guarantee, no medical card needed. You just have to be 21 or older.
I tried the Greenhouse Guarantee, 100% satisfaction or your money back, and I'm still smiling.
The Greenhouse. We spell it with 3 E's so that you can't say it without smiling. If smiling is your goal today, then type the word green with 3 E's into your browser and find the Greenhouse that's closest to you.
Stop on by and say hi.
We're up and down the Florida Keys and other parts of South Florida.
Hey Key West, Danny Hughes here from Two Friends. Really from two friends. So Maura and I were sitting at breakfast in the bar, listening to live music at 8:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. She's about to enjoy some huevos rancheros and me shrimp and grits with fried oysters. Heart healthy. And Maura says, Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore. It was perfect because we didn't move here because Key West is like a lot of other places. We moved here because it isn't like any other place on earth. So meet your friends or make your friends at Two Friends, 512 Front Street in Old Town Key West or twofriends.com.
The voice of Monroe County, yours. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys, another warm one underway. We're at 88 degrees on our way to low 90s. No significant rainfall coming our way. Still watching Tropical Storm Bertha that could cause a little bit of havoc to the Panhandle and all the way over to New Orleans, but not expected to be a hurricane as it makes landfall here fairly shortly. But we'll continue to keep you updated. No impacts on our area are expected in that regard. We're going to say good morning to Rhonda Hagg. She's the Chief Resilience Officer for Monroe County. Good morning to you, Rhonda.
Good morning.
Hi there. Thanks so much for being here. And I'll remind people that they can see our conversation as well. Mm-hmm. And Rhonda, we've had show and tell with you before, which has been very helpful as you continue to help us understand resilience and how it affects all of us. But this program is rebroadcast on Keys Living TV, digital channel 27, also on Roku streaming and on your favorite phone app, downloadable at the phone app store. And that is 11 o'clock every weekday and 5 o'clock as well. So, Rhonda, let's talk about, and I had brought this up, there it is. So the county recently approving the Residential Neighborhood Improvements Program and Financial Assistance Hardship Deferral Program. So let's talk about that. There's a couple of different acronyms in here, MSBU, ordinance, et cetera. So you can help us understand this and unpack it a little better.
Sure. Sorry, it's a big mouthful there, big title. So really it's the Neighborhood Improvement Ordinance, and that really is for a way for neighborhoods. They don't have to wait for the county to come in and do something that they want done in their neighborhood. And it has passed now. So what they can do is we're completing an online form. If a neighborhood is interested in like a street improvement, a drainage, a canal improvement, like a weed gate. I think we talked last time about weed gates for canals and how effective they are at keeping out sargassum. If they want to, it's hard to get permits for those, and that's something the county can help a community with. We can get the permits for them and install that air curtain. And then how that works is we would, as long as 51% of the neighborhood approves moving forward with that project and reimburse the county ultimately for the costs that the county puts in, then the county would advance the money. We would go ahead and get the permits for whatever type of project it was and go ahead and construct the project. And then we would bill the residents back through an assessment. That's what an MSBU is. I forget what well, anyway, that's what MSBU stands for, an assessment. So it would show up on your tax bill. And if there was no operations and maintenance component to it, like if it was just a capital cost, then the residents really would determine how long they want that assessment to last. If they want it smaller amounts, it can be spread out over a lot of years. If they want bigger amounts and get it over with, then it could be just spread out like over 4 or 5 years. But like on a canal air curtain, there is a little bit of power costs and things like that involved. So that would be more of a long-term assessment just to fund the electrical costs and the maintenance costs. So it's a really cool way. We've heard a lot from almost a dozen neighborhoods already that they're interested in all types of different neighborhood projects. There were 3 or 4 of them that just wanted like drainage improvements on their streets. A couple others that wanted a breakwater repair. And actually we had some plug canal neighborhoods also that were interested in using this ordinance to perhaps get through the process for opening up a plug canal. And that's a whole different ball game because there are regulations in place at the county and others, that we don't allow new dredging. That's called new dredging. But the commission did say, well, let's take a deeper dive into that. And so I think the county attorney is going to bring that back at the August commission for further discussion. And each plug canal is going to be different. There's about 15 of them in the county. And each one is different because some have administrative orders in place where it doesn't allow the unplugging. Others are maybe just leftover relics from when the developer got slapped on the hands for doing whatever they did, that they got slapped on the hand and had to put the plug in. So we have 3 neighborhoods that are interested in potentially that. But again, the county does have regulations in place. We'd have to change our local regulations. And, the commissioners at least said, well, let's take a second look at it, next month. So that was kind of new and interesting.
Indeed. Rhonda Hagg, she's Chief Resilience Officer, Monroe County. On Good Morning Keys. So it would require the affected property owners to have a vote of 50% plus one.
Yep.
And then, if approved, the county would consider advancing the funds and implementing the work on behalf of the residents. All costs will be paid back to the county through an assessment on the property benefiting from the project. And this has been kind of under discussion for a while, but as you have said, it does provide property owners who directly benefit from improvements the ability to work together with the county to pursue improvements.
So we're excited about it. Like I said, it's an opportunity for the county to work with the neighborhood. And the part that goes with it is the financial hardship deferral program. If there are residents that are lower income and perhaps couldn't afford the assessment, and if they qualify, then their assessments, they would just be deferred until the sale of the house. So we wouldn't just delete them, we would just defer them so they wouldn't have to pay them. But then if they ever sold the house or transferred the property, then we would collect our funds at that time. So it's a way to help the low income folks also and still get neighborhood projects done.
Yeah, and that would be applied for through the county as well. But you can reach out. Are these parameters and details available by contacting your office, or where would people find out?
Yep, or they can go right on the county website. I think we've got these out there. If not, I'll put them out there today. Just like search for Monroe County Resilience on our website, and I'll make sure that they're out there.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, we're going to have an assessment page too. We're just building that page. I don't think it's open yet, but there'll also be a special page just for this program. But yeah.
Okay. Very good. Well, that is good news, and that'll probably create some continued interest. There have been some neighborhoods that have taken part in that already, as you have mentioned, and I'm sure there'll be more inquiries coming your way pretty soon as we continue to get the word out about this new opportunity made available. And we do have some ongoing projects still that are being worked as of late. Would you like to provide any updates on some of them?
Sure. So the Tavernier Breakwater and the Rock Harbor Breakwater, both in Key Largo. The Breakwater rock work is done. So those neighborhoods, I heard you talking about the potential storm activity. Those neighborhoods are now, where that breakwater has been restored, are now protected against storm surge. I'm not saying a Cat 5, but at least most of the storm surge. So if we do get a storm coming in and it gets that storm surge, those neighborhoods in front of that rock wall will be protected. So the only thing, and it's also doing a second feature, which is protecting, once you get that rock wall that's above water, it also protects the sargassum from coming in. And so we're already seeing an improvement in the canals behind them. That was my second main reason for applying for those grants, because I knew it was going to also be a water quality improvement. But what goes with that now is we got the final pieces, that weed gate or air curtain that goes in the opening out by the breakwater, because these boats have to still get in and out. So there's still an opening left. And some sargassum coming in, but just as soon as we are able to put those air curtains in here in the next 2 weeks, then those canals behind the Tavernier and behind the Rock Harbor, there's 3 canals behind the Rock Harbor one, they'll be pretty well fully protected then from any incoming sargassum. And it's a mess this year. Everybody is complaining, and everybody's got black water. It's really much worse than normal.
Yeah, I imagine you are getting a number of inquiries as to implementing projects that'll help alleviate some of the sargassum. But there's not enough time to do that for this year, but I know there's constant efforts to try to mitigate that. So yes, indeed. So we have those projects going on. Anything else that we should be updated on at this particular time?
If people, I think we talked about it last time, but if they're interested, there are vendors now in the Keys who will put in air curtains. They're local, and they're putting in quite a few here for the county. Right now, we're putting in the couple for the breakwaters. And so if anybody's interested, they can contact me. We have 2 or 3 different vendors that are potential. And also for what's called booms, that fabric that goes right above the water that can also keep seagrass from reaching the shoreline. Of course, you need permits, but we also have vendors for those. So if anybody's interested in those, they can give me a call or contact me at the county, and we can get that information out to them. It's
So I was just going to say, are air curtain projects like that, are those ones that would need the residential neighborhood improvement program to?
if they want to do their own, yes. If they're on the county's canal restoration plan, which we have only 96 canal, I say only, there's 96 canals on there. So if you're not on that list and you still want to, you can wait for us to do it. It might take 20 years. A lot of people don't want to wait that long because we can only do 3 or 4 canals a year. So if you don't want to wait that long and just want to hurry up and get your air curtain in, and it's difficult to get them permitted, I must say, because that's our biggest. It's easy to get the $5 million project permitted. It takes us a lot longer to get the air curtain permitted, because what you have to do is when you put that air curtain out there, you can't allow the seagrass to pile up in front of it and negatively affect the waterfront homeowner. So you have to build the air curtain. You have to do some modeling of how the flow of the water comes in, so that when the seagrass comes in, it keeps on and hits the air curtain. It just keeps on flowing down the shoreline. That takes a little bit of skill. It takes a lot of work with the permitting agencies. It always takes us about a year to get those permits through the system.
Okay.
So that's why I say it's going to be real difficult for residents to get their permits from the Army Corps and the sanctuary and from the county. So that's something I see this as a potential way for the county to help the residents. So, they're not that expensive. They're around maybe 40, 50 grand. And so they're not looking at a huge assessment, but it's something then that we could go ahead and get permitted for them and installed.
Okay.
And then monitor and maintain it for them too. So all they have to do is enjoy their canal. Yep.
Well, the county is there to help. Another example of that, Rhonda Hagg, she is the Chief Resilience Officer, Monroe County, on Good Morning Keys. So some very good updates there and some further understanding of the Residential Neighborhood Improvements Program. For more information, though, just reach out to Rhonda, her department, and the county at the county website. That's always available to you, monroecounty-fl.gov. So, Rhonda, those are great updates as of late. Anything else, though, we should mention before we let you go to a busy day?
I think that's it.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here, Rhonda, this morning. Thanks for all of your service to help improve the quality of our lives here in the Keys. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Rhonda Hagg, Chief Resilience Officer with Monroe County on Good Morning Keys. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. Glenn Beck coming your way momentarily. Clay and Buck at noon. Sean Hannity, 3 o'clock. Drew Steele, Florida's Voice, at 5. 6 o'clock, it is Mark Levin, the great one, of course. 9 o'clock, Jesse Kelly. Coast to Coast AM overnight. Breaking news as soon as it happens. Local, state, national news updated around the clock at least every half hour. And weather updates as they occur. It's Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. Thank you for listening.